this is what you'd love to learn, sit back and watch to the end, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. So thank you all for all the engagement on my previous post. If this is your first time of coming to my channel, please subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. And to my subscribers, thank you. So today, this is a continuation of the drafting we did on our plunge neckline corset. Okay, so if you've not watched that video, I'm going to put the link in the description box. You can go and watch the drafting. So this is the sewing part of it. So this is our patterns. So the first thing I'm going to do is to join this together. Okay, so I'm just going to tape it down together like so. So some of us complain that my video is noisy, or I should work on the noise, or I should do something about it. So this is me telling us that I have a lot I do. It's not just YouTube that I do. Okay, I sew for clients, I record video for online classes, I record video for content, which is YouTube. I also have a family to run. Okay, so I have so much that I do, and I cannot do voiceovers, so it's easier for me to edit like this when I explain directly while recording the videos. So please, you have to bear with me. And for the record, I use noise cancellation is it microphone or whatever they call it. I use it, but it seems like it doesn't reduce the noise as much as the way they advertised it. And again, I can't tell those living within my vicinity to switch off their listers and generators, so the video can be smooth without any noise. So please, you have to bear with me. You can reduce the volume and use an earpiece. Okay, so when you are done taping this down, we are going to tape the cup too. There is not just these bodies that we are going to tape. So when we proceed into the cup part, you would understand the reason I'm taping it together. I am going to tape the cuffs together. Okay, so you are going to use your masking tape and join the cuffs together so that it becomes one, so it will enable us to do our cup styling. So after taping the cuffs together, I'm going to show us what it looks like and the reason why it is important to tape your cup together. Okay, after taping it down, this is the cup. Can you see the way it's looking? So now, if you look at the underbust, you see that there is a shortage here. Can you see? So this is the same thing that would happen if you didn't tape it together. So we are going to fill it up, but before we do that, we can bring it in here and then we'll match it up. So we are going to tape this part together also. So by the time we tape it together and close up this underbust, we will use this masking tape to cover it up, and then we'll do our cup styling. I am done taping it down. So this is what I have. I also decided to tape the side back, the panel for the back to the sides. Okay, and can you see what it looks like? So this is what the cup looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do, this part is optional, you can decide to leave the side. The only thing is that when you tape the sides, you might have excess at the back panel, so you're just going to reshape it and then you cut out. So the next thing I'm going to do is to follow the underbust and reshape my cup. So anything I'm doing is I'm just maintaining the underbust. So let me turn it this way. So just follow the underbust line and then you reshape your cup. Now the good part of this is that you can decide that you want to restyle your cup. Let's say you feel like the underbust is too low, you can take it higher. At this point you can take measurements Okay, but me, I'm not taking any measurements. I'm just going to eyeball it. So this is what I want. As you can see, I'm not marking it fully until I'm sure that I am okay with what I have here. Okay, I think this is fine. So I'm just going to highlight it very well so that you can see. So this is how you style your cup. It is called cup styling. Okay, so please, if you watch this video to this point, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave your feedbacks. Okay, don't just watch and practice without leaving a feedback. You feel free to ask questions if you have any. So now I've styled my cup. I'm okay with what I have here. Or if you want, you can just follow the bust point line, which is here, and just style it this way, and then you style it this way. It depends on you, depends on your preference. There is no rule to how you want your cup to be. So this is basically what we'll be cutting out. So we are going to follow the midpoint. And cut out. So I'm just going to cut it out now. So if this part is not equal, you can also fill it up. Okay, or you reduce it. So I'm just going to remove this because this part is not meant to be taped together. So after removing it, we'll now start cutting out. This is what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do is to transfer this to my fabric. So by now you should have your fabric ready, and then we'll start with the joining. Transfer to fabric, and this is what I have. So this is the cup. So I added 1/2 inch all round, okay, on the cup part, and this is my fabric for the bodies. So here I'm using corset mesh. Okay, you can use your illusion net, it depends on you. You can also use your fabric, that is Ankara, any fabric of your choice. Okay, so here I added 1/2 inch here. This is the center front. I've added 1/2 inch here. Okay, I have 2 pieces of fabrics here. Can you see? These 2 pieces. And I also took note of the where the plunge neckline stopped. Okay, and then at the hem I added 1/2 inch. On the side I added 1/2 inch. On the cup I added 1/2 inch. And then here, can you see the way I cut here? It is not pointed. Okay, I added 1/2 inch up here, and then I cut it out. And then this is the armhole part. There is no seam allowance here. I've explained this in my previous corset class. So this is the back panel. There is no seam allowance up here, and there is 1/2 inch seam allowance by the side, 1/2 inch by the hem, and also the center back I didn't add seam allowance here. So you can go and watch that video. I'll put the link in the description box. And this is my lacing back. I've cut it out. So now, how you want your boning to be depends on you, because after now what I'm going to do is to go and fix my bonings and also sew the cups. So what I'll be doing off camera is the boning channels. I've explained it in my previous video. I'll put the link in the description box, how to encase your boning. So you decide how you want your boning channels to be. It can be slanted this way, coming this way, and then we have another one coming this way, and then just one by the side. Have your boning going straight. It can also be straight, just from the underbust you follow it straight, and you can bone as much as you want. It depends on you. The same thing to the back. So what I'm going to do now is to take it to my sewing machine. I'm not going to add boning to the front. I'll leave the front. I'll just like open it up. I'm going to open it up. I'll sew boning on each of the panels, leaving out the center front, so that I will explain to us on camera how to go about the boning for the center front. So I'm going to join my cups. I'll fix my bonings, fix my lacing bar, sew boning to the back. I'll also join the sides together and also sew boning to it. I am also going to pipe this upper part. Okay, so go and watch that video. I'll link it in the description box. I've explained most of what I'll be doing here. So when we come back, I'll show us what next to do on the cup and how to go about fixing your boning on the center front. I am done fixing the bonings on the bodies. I have also fixed the lacing bar. As you can see, I've not ironed it, and I've piped the edge, the armhole side. Okay, so this is my boning. So this center front, what I did was just join it together and then I top stitched. Okay, that was what I did at the center front. So what I'm going to do next is to cut my boning, which is this. So what I'll do next is to take it to my sewing machine. I'm going to place it on top like this. Okay, can you see what I did? And then I'm going to, after sewing this one down first, I'll bring in this and place it on top, making sure that this covers this end. Okay, make sure that when you place it, it covers it. So this is what it's going to look like after sewing. So I'm going to place it this way. Can you see what I did? And then at this part, you just adjust it around here so that you'll be able to sew it neatly. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Sew this part. And here is my cup. I have sewn it. I have also done my bust caging. Okay, so this is practically an advanced corset sewing video. So except maybe you want me to make a tutorial on how to do bust caging, but then as you can see, I didn't follow any pattern in my caging. Okay, so I was just caging as the spirit led me. Can you see how nice and beautiful this is looking? And yes, I forgot to mention, on the lining part which has the caging, I ironed soft wording on it. Okay, fusible interfacing. It's actually soft, so I can decide to trim out this part that is coming up, because this is my seam allowance, just to avoid bulkiness around there. So I can open it up like so and trim out the excesses. All right, so this is the lining part. So what I am going to do next is to take it to my ironing table. I am going to iron layers of hairstyle on it. You can use fiber, whichever one that is more convenient for you. You are going to use it. So all you have to do is just open it up like this. Okay, make sure you are placing tailor's arm under when you want to iron. So you cut out maybe about 6 to 8 layers of hairstay and iron on it. So when you iron, please not make sure that the hairstay doesn't get to your seam allowance. Okay, even if you want to use fiber, I can also decide to use fiber. All you have to just cut out fiber. You know the way fiber is, just cut it out and then follow this stitch line on the boning, and then you sew it around and iron it. That's what you are going to do. So I'm going to do it and then come back and show us what to do next. And this is also the fashion fabric. Can you see the way I ironed it? Make sure that when you iron, you mold your cup, because if you don't mold your cup, it might be flat by the time you are done sewing. So I'm also going to trim out the excess seam allowances inside the cup. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to go take the cup to my ironing table and fix the iron hairstay or sew fiber on top. I have fixed the bonings to the plunge neckline. As you can see, I also went ahead and fixed one of the cups. This is the wrong side of it. Okay, this is what the wrong side looks like. All right, so I decided to use fiber for my fleshing. Okay, so I'm going to explain what I did here. So this is fiber that I use for the fleshing. Okay, and then I top stitch the seam allowance on the under bust inside, inward, as you can see. Okay, then I turned the fashion fabric with the lining. Okay, so this is the fashion fabric, the second cup for the fashion fabric, while this is the gauge cup. So I'm going to trim out the excess seam allowance that I have here, which is this upper part. So the next thing I'm going to do is to place this like so. I've explained this part in my previous corset class. You can go and watch that video. So I'm going to place it like so, and then I'll sew it down. I'm going to sew it like this. After sewing it down, I'll flip this one over and then fold it in and then run a top stitch just the same way I did here. Okay, so when I'm done, I am going to give it a good press. I am also going to pipe the hem, all right, and then I'll place it on the dress form for us to see what it looks like. Okay, so this is the final look of those beautiful corsets. As you can see, the plunge neckline, everything is just looking so beautiful. And yes, I didn't add boning, plastic boning to the boning channels because I made it just for the purpose of this tutorial. So at the end of the day, I'm still going to loosen my boning because I need them. Yeah, so this is it. It's looking so fine. I love the fit on the body. So please, when you watch this video, give it a thumbs up, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in my next one. Bye.